The third game I watched tonight, the LA Lakers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And my goodness, guys, uh, this was a disaster. I didn't even really watch this for the Lakers. I have been watching most Lakers games. I think I've watched all but one so far this season. I watched this mostly because I wanted to see what was going on with the Cavs. I'd only watched them once this season, and I kind of wanted to see a little bit more of them more than anything. And I want to be clear here. So the Pacers or the Celtics end up, I'm sorry, goodness, the Cavaliers end up winning this game 134-110. They have a great spread of scoring from everybody. Mobley ends up with 25. Jarrett Allen had 18 and 12 in the first half and ends with 20 and 17. Just thoroughly outplayed Anthony Davis. Donovan Mitchell has 24. LeVert has 16. Ty Jerome has 14. Darius Garland has 12. Just a very well spread game. But the best player on the court, I felt like, was Jarrett Allen tonight. He was just everywhere, as we'll kind of run through as we go through the tape. But for the Lakers, part of me wants to slow down a little bit on calling this game out. This seemed like a classic. We've played 4 games in 6 nights game. We're on the road in Cleveland. We might need a minute. On top of that, they have been traveling like crazy. If you look at their schedule, in these last 4 games, they were at Milwaukee, or no. They were at Phoenix and at Cleveland. And then on top of it, or no, they had 3 at home to start. So it's really the only the first 2 games. Sorry about that. But they went from Phoenix to Cleveland on a longer road trip. So I don't want to just sit here and be like, oh, this is like a catastrophic game. I think there are definitely some real reasons why the Lakers ended up playing as poorly as they did tonight. But man, I don't know if anybody played well tonight for the Lakers. Like, you can look at the box score and see like Anthony Davis had 22 and 13, but I mean, offensively, I thought he was pretty good. I did not love his defensive effort. I thought he had a couple moments in transition, particularly where he ended up kind of like lying on the ground and then ended up being like totally fine. It was bizarre. He had a couple moments where he just like didn't run in transition and Jarrett Allen beat him down the court. LeBron James ends up with like 26 points in this game. I didn't think he played super well, to be honest. Turned it over 6 times. Austin Reeves ended up with 7 points. D'Angelo Russell, I think, has been really bad defensively to start the year. The Cavs defense, or the Lakers defense, is a issue that needs to get figured out throughout the course of the next few weeks, in my opinion. They have been up and down, I think, over the course of the start of their first season under JJ Redick. They gave up 127 to the Kings. They gave up 116 in that first game to the Suns. And then tonight, 134. This was a total mess, as we'll kind of go through here. But I think the big key that I want to call out first is actually the offense that led to the defense. The Cavs in this game, I believe, had in the first 14 or so minutes of the game, so a little bit into the second quarter, 19 points off of turnovers when the Lakers had turned the ball over 10 times. So basically, the Lakers had turned it over a lot for a small stretch. And then on top of it, they weren't doing anything to stop the Cavs on the other end. The Cavs hit like a bunch of threes early on in the game when they were getting out in transition. But the Lakers gave up 31 points off of turnovers tonight. They got outscored by 19 points off of turnovers. I mean, look, they lost by 24, but that's damn near the ball game right there. The Lakers' inability to stop turning the ball over did hang their defense out to dry a little bit, even though I do think there were some transition issues, which again, I might be willing to chalk up a little bit to the idea of 4 games in 6 nights, multiple nights of travel in a row within that, going from LA to Phoenix, Phoenix to Cleveland within that group, within that stretch. So let's just kind of jump in. So this set up as a horn set originally. I think I got the first part of it there too. Yeah. So horn set originally, for not regular viewers of the show, horns is just a setup for an offensive scheme where, even though you can't see the guy in the left corner there, there is one, I promise. Reeves in the right corner, 2 guys at the elbows, and then the point guard. Entering the ball here to the elbow is a pretty typical way to initiate a horn set, then going away with the guard. What I want to call out here is I think the Suns did a great job of this last game, and I think the Cavs did a great job of this tonight. Heavy on-ball pressure. You have Jarrett Allen and his 7'5" wingspan trying to cut off Anthony Davis's vision. You have Reeves trying to set a screen here onto Evan Mobley. But Mobley getting through. You have Russell coming over for a dribble handoff. And Darius Garland immediately getting there to reject a potential dribble handoff. And that's going to essentially make them restart the horn set and redo this entire thing. So they basically get back into it with 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Again, same setup as the first time. Screen. I love how physical here. Darius Garland's given up a ton of size to LeBron, obviously. They peel switch this with Mobley onto D'Angelo Russell. But look at Garland's given up size, but he's physical. He passes it off onto Dean Wade, and then he gets his eyes up and says, oh, okay, so what's happening here is LeBron is going to dive, and they're going to try and empty out that corner because they're going to force Dean Wade to help from the corner. So LeBron screens, goes high, and then the action here is that AD is going to screen back this way. LeBron's going to cut, force Dean Wade to step up, and then D'Angelo is going to shoot this ball here to the corner to Rui. This is a set play. But Garland is just active, and he's there, and he sees it immediately. Deflection. Again, you can see Jarrett Allen as they try to get into this set where D'Angelo is screening, then coming up and potentially trying to take a ball screen. Allen is right into Anthony Davis's space. Darius Garland is here to try and shut off a potential dribble handoff. They're being physical. The Lakers are going to have to deal with this. They're going to run a lot of high-level offensive sets that require execution from JJ Redick. Teams are going to play more physical with them off the ball to try and throw off the timing. One thing that I've been talking about on these late night shows where I talk about the Lakers is that their timing has been really good throughout, particularly the first 3 games. If you bump them and try and be physical and you throw off dribble handoffs, it completely changes that timing. So here you end up rejecting this potential dribble handoff, trying to get like a empty side entry pass here into the post for LeBron. But it's kind of a bad entry pass. But to be honest with AD, like, that's a fucking hard entry pass. Like, you're throwing this ball against a super athlete in Donovan Mitchell, who does give up real size to LeBron, but he has a 7-foot wingspan at 6'2". and is a great athlete, like that's a lot of time for him to get back in front of LeBron and be able to like steal that entry pass at the end of the day. Then you get out in transition. Donovan gets a three. And this is where the barrage of, you know, points off of turnovers is going to start for us, right? Again, I think Sam Merrill does a great job here. Jarrett Allen steps up in help. That is a horrific pass from Rui. I don't actually know which one of AD or Max Christie Rui is throwing this to. Another issue for the Lakers so far is that Max Christie has really struggled to this point and has not really been a rotation player. They need Max Christie to be available. So Mr. TD says in the comments here, Max is wide open. I agree that Max is wide open and that you should probably try to pass the ball to Max. That's why AD ends up cutting here. I think AD is trying to force the help here from Donovan Mitchell so that that ball has an angle to get out. But if he throws this ball right now with where Donovan Mitchell is, there's a decent chance that he's going to go get that. I would like to see Max stay in the corner there, if I'm being honest. Again, you see AD cut here. That forces Mitchell to get here. But if Max stays in the corner here, it's a better angle for Rui to be able to throw this pass. At the end of the day, Max kind of cuts. I think the ball is going to Max and it just ends up being off target. But again, now we're in transition and you're just going to see Jarrett Allen. I mean, I want to call out here the work Jarrett Allen does to be able to generate this three. Because look at him sprinting the court and just beating Anthony Davis down the court. They started even already 2 seconds into the shot clock. Jarrett Allen is here. Anthony Davis is there. And watch the impact that this has on the defense. So because Jarrett Allen is here, D'Angelo Russell really kind of has to pick up, in some respect, Jarrett Allen here. He has to be available because otherwise this ball's just going to Jarrett Allen and that's a finish. But because he does that, it leaves the corner man wide open, Karis LeVert here. And that's going to force Rui to have to help down. And then it's going to force an X out from one of these two guys here. My guess is it's probably Reeves, but I'm not 100% sure based on the video. It's Reeves, yep. But that's an open three for a guy that's like a 45% three-point shooter on open threes, but that's generated by Jarrett Allen and the Lakers turnover. Let's get to a quick little note from Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action. There are over 10 million members. Like I said a second ago, they invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks always puts its members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. We are big fans of Prize Picks here. We absolutely love the app and what they're doing for the daily fantasy sports scene. Download the app today and use code Game Theory to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use that code Game Theory to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Again, bump early there from Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen's just right in Anthony Davis's face the whole time. This is a little bit stagnant for me. Allen ends up getting this rebound. Again, beating them out in transition. George Niang does a great job. Great hand-eye coordination. Great little small screen action there. And then Dalton Connect just gets beat off the bounce, allows the easy little dump off there to Evan Mobley. That's one where Dalton just really has to maintain the ability to stay in front, in my opinion. Isaac Okoro dealing with LeBron. LeBron kind of complains momentarily, ends up blocking it, but there's Jarrett Allen to be able to come clean up the miss. But again, like, look at Jarrett Allen just sprinting the court, absolutely sprinting the court, full effort. Again, I want to point out, like, him and Jackson Hayes, Jarrett starts a step in front of Jackson here. But watch Jarrett Allen just never stop running. And then Jackson Hayes realizes, oh, fuck, I'm way behind the play now. Some of this is a little bit efforty in a way that, again, 4 games in 6 days, I don't want to discount that. But some of it was efforty tonight. Some of it was also communication. So they come out in what I think is a zone here, given the way that they're set up. The reason I say it's a zone is because Austin Reeves particularly is not guarding anybody here. And they've been running this 3-2 zone with Anthony Davis at the top of the key fairly regularly throughout the early portion of the season. Well, I don't know what D'Angelo Russell's doing here. Like, I don't know why his body is turned this way. I also would probably like to see Anthony Davis like a step this way just to be able to potentially shut off this angle here. But Donovan Mitchell just shoots this ball into Jarrett Allen with ease, and LeBron's like, well, I have to bail out with a foul. And you can see now they're like a little bit frustrated. And again, throughout, if there's one theme of these late night videos that I do, it's probably that I hate this 3-2 defense that a number of teams are utilizing in the early season. I think it's a horrendous defense to be able to stop corner 3-pointers. Particularly, I think it's like a machine for generating corner 3-pointers. I mean, this is probably the worst. This is probably the worst possession I've seen yet. But yeah, now you can see that they're talking here. LeBron and AD are talking about just what the overall plan is here, what they're trying to do. You can see that LeBron's pointing, AD's like, what do you want me to do? I mean, there's just a number of different issues at play there. LeBron continues to talk through. I mean, he's frustrated that Jarrett Allen just got a wide open entry pass, at 7 feet away from the rim. And I would be too. I don't blame him. Ram ball screen here. Jarrett Allen gets through it. They end up getting this rebound. Allen in drop does a good job on AD. Good close out there from Jarrett Allen. LeBron goes through on a DHO. Again, Allen in drop. Great job. Forces the kick out from LeBron. And now we're just going to come over and absolutely obliterate a Rui dunk attempt. Just detonates Rui's dunk attempt. Look at him meet him at the summit here. This is unbelievable from Jarrett Allen. I have long been saying on this show for longtime listeners that I think Jarrett Allen is the most underrated defensive player in the league. I think Jarrett Allen is like a top 6 or 7 defensive player in the league right now. I think he is a better defender than his teammate, Evan Mobley. I think he's much more important to the Cavs defense. His ability to guard on the perimeter and also be an elite level rim protector and be elite in drop in ball screens and be great as a weak side rim protector. All of those things are essential to what Cleveland does. He is a monster on the interior and he crushes the glass. He is a fantastic defensive player that does not get the credit that he deserves. Meets Rui at the summit here, forces the shot clock violation. And then second quarter here. Here's Jarrett Allen, sets like a little ghost, sets a second ghost, goes in, rolls to the rim. Reason I pulled this one is I, again, just have no idea what D'Angelo Russell is doing on this play. I do not know why he chose to help off of Ty Jerome, who is a very real shooter. So you're going to see these ghost actions here from Allen, and then he does stay home there. But Reeves is back in front now. I get it that Mitchell's about to attack Reeves's front foot. He does. I guess you could say that maybe Russell's presence is what stops this drive. I'm somewhat skeptical of that, if I'm being honest. But him choosing to just double here instead of stunting and then recovering back, he just full scale goes off script and doubles. Leaves Ty Jerome wide open. Forces this Max Christie thing here where he has to close out and they have to get an X out probably from Russell down into the corner. So an X out defensively, for people who are not familiar with the terminology, is because Russell has gone and helped off and they've doubled, Christie has to go up here and guard. Russell then has to X out, and you can see how that ends up kind of being an X. It's a skinny X, but it's an X nonetheless. You just absolutely can't double one pass away. If you want to stunt and force the stopped drive, fine, but you can't full scale double one pass away like that. Leads to a wide open three from Isaac Okoro. Okoro is not like an amazing shooter, but he's good enough to make a wide open one. And then this is the last one here. Anthony Davis gets swatted by Jarrett Allen. Allen gets the rebound. Anthony Davis here is a step ahead of Jarrett Allen as we start this. And AD is looking at a ref, trying to figure out why that wasn't a foul. And then just look at Jarrett Allen zoom by and end up getting this bucket. I mean, that's just effort. Truly, Jarrett Allen was the best player on the court tonight just by being a full-scale, high motor, high energy, high effort player. I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable effort from Jarrett Allen. It's not good enough from Anthony Davis, but again, 4 games in 6 nights, it is what it is. I'll accept on some level. But the block there on this end, the rebound, and he just does it all. He just goes and sprints right by Anthony Davis to get this dunk. And you might say, like, oh, well, where's the help? Where's Rui coming up, right? Like, I mean, I guess that, I mean, you just can't expect this. You can't expect AD just to get totally burnt like this. You can't leave Dean Wade one pass away from 3. He's too good of a corner 3-point shooter. Like, that's on AD. AD needs to be able to stay with Jarrett Allen in transition there. That's the only acceptable answer. I'm sorry to AD, but like, that's a bit of an unforgivable to me in that moment. That can't happen. So that's how the Lakers ended up losing by 25 or 24, whatever they lost by, 134 to 110. Look, I think the Lakers are going to be fine. I think they've looked good under JJ Redick. I think they look better than what they have last year, at least. But there's a ways to go. There's a ways to go here.